I'm Tony Civiliano from Milan. We operate in Mindanao. This is about coffee and bakery. In the late 70s and early 80s, the Philippines was exporting coffee. Now, I learned in one forum that we are now importing 30,000 tons of coffee yield. Maybe more because I surpassed. The problem with coffee industry in the Philippines, especially in Mindanao, is the price of coffee is too volatile that if the harvest in Colombia and Brazil is very good, the price of coffee goes down, and so the farmers, one time in Mindanao, were discouraged. So they cut their orchards. We don't have enough coffee anymore. Second, the quality of coffee depends on the processing of the berries. And Mindanao farmers before were not so much concerned about the quality of the berries, so they harvest even if the berry is green. So you don't have the so-called quality coffee beans. And so that's the reason why the price of coffee, or the volume of coffee went down. And also at the time, coffee was controlled by cartel. There were 3 cartels in the Philippines, and they were dictating the price even to Nestle or the processors. So that's the problem that we are now facing in coffee. And sometime also in early 90s, I was in the University of Seattle. Some of the academics were assisting coffee farmers in Honduras. And they were able to convince Starbucks to buy coffee from the fair trade traders of Honduras. So, your comments.
Thank you for the question. Actually, for my comments, coffee farmers in the Philippines, it's true, they cut down the trees because there was a cartel, so on and so forth. But that is primarily the reason why that we are changing the landscape of the Filipino coffee industry. Instead of coffee farmers or the prices of coffee being dictated by world market prices, we empower the farmers by not having to be dependent on world market prices, but instead have their own pricing system. The Philippines now in fact, have higher prices than world market prices. We buy coffee prices here higher than New York or Brazil. Why? Because we are able to process the green beans now. So we really added an equation to the coffee farmers' supply chain wherein they are not left with green beans, but they have to move on and value add to their green beans product. So they can now also drink their own coffee, process their own coffee, sell their own coffee, retail, distribute, and be participative in the whole value chain of coffee. Now, Honduras was very lucky because they had a very good marketing campaign, which is why Starbucks is getting from Honduras. Starbucks is not getting from the Philippines. Well, we are not yet ready for Starbucks because buying price of Starbucks is very low. So we are not dealing with them yet.
Next question. Yes, ma'am. State your name and organization.
I'm Mai from Atika, an NGO working with overseas Filipinos. My question is directed to Christine. One of our initiative is we are supporting capacity building for overseas Filipinos wanting to be involved in the value chain of ecotourism. We have a platform, it's called EcoLife, Nurture Your Roots, EcoTour program. And I wonder whether you are only, only products and not services are certified by World Fair Trade Organization.
That's good. Good question.
Yeah, good question. No, services are definitely something that we're looking at. To date, we don't have a community fair trade ecotourism group, but it's definitely something we're looking at because it's obvious to me that if it's benefiting the community, it's a labour-intensive activity, and I can't see for any reason why they would not be accepted. And we would encourage them.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other questions from the floor?
My comment is related to this.
Sorry, to the mic.
Sir.
My comment is related to Ms. Christine. World Trade Fair is your movement already. It's a world movement. However, at Pop Francis is his mantra that if possibly the market or the business should avoid all those basic commodities to be in the de facto marketplace because this is the cause of the hunger. Because if we will depend on the markets of these basic commodities, we will always be in the mercy of market volatility. So this is his mantra. Your comment about this?
Yeah, no, within fair trade, we have a process for setting a fair price, which is looking at the cost of production, and that's the price that's paid. It's not based on market commodities, and it doesn't swing in market price. That's what fair price. Fair trade is about.
Any other questions? Yeah, the lady in white.
Just really a quick question. How much is the premium of free trade product?
So within the World Fair Trade Organization, we don't set it as a set premium. We leave it up to the community to decide how they spend their money, in what way they spend it. We feel that's a less patriotic way of spending the money. So it varies completely, and so there's no one fixed premium, and it's not measured in one way. And it's in fact going back to measuring things. It's maybe something we should do some more work on in terms of measuring.
Just have a quick follow-up. Is the premium really actually, does it reflect either the cost of producing free trade or?
That's a good question. Thank you for clarifying that. No, within the World Fair Trade Organisation, we're slightly different model because we're not commodity based. We're based on the labour within the organisation, on the community. So we work primarily to make sure that labour price within the community is paid their price, and that's based on their cost of living, not an external decision on how it works. And the most important thing, and I would say that about everything, is that when you go out and buy a product, that product you're paying to the labour of that particular level. And that's what the producer wants, not to have some extra money. They want to be paid a decent rate where they live for the product that they're paying.
Thank you. Any other questions?